Speed's what we need. We need greasy.
Yo, what's up,
speed.
man? What's good? I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Long vacation. Or short vacation, actually. But I'm back, man. Thank you for, coming along with us again on another motherfucking journey of this Ramblin Mob podcast. Another episode, man. I don't even know what episode number it is, but it's all good.
I think it's 9.
But of course, it's me, your boy, David, D-Ray, Dre, whatever you want to call me. Just call me David. It's all good. And then, of course, I'm with Mr. All Rounds Boxing here.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
I ain't got no nicknames.
B-Rod.
We don't do that.
B-Rye. No, but, man, of course, I was gone last week, man. I got to listen to that episode. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my boy Jeremy Holt,
Yeah,
as he likes to say. like he said it, Jeremy Holt. He did a great job, man. I really desperately, I actually talked to him, chopped it up with him a little bit about the episode, man. And I mean, it was great. Came out really, really good. I wish I was part of that conversation so I could defend myself a little bit. But,
we could get him back. We can get him back.
For sure.
We ain't gonna talk him though.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was a long ass episode, but it was great. It was a great topic, great talk, great listen for sure.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that listens. Still.
Yes. Absolutely, man.
Really appreciate it.
Hey, this is
We will have some merch coming soon.
Yes.
But we're gonna be the ones wearing it first.
Yes, of
You
course. We've been talking about it. We got a lot of stuff planned out.
Some giveaways.
Yeah, some giveaways. Possibly some future locations. Recording locations. Out probably do some stuff on. Some stuff live. Or something like that. But we'll get to all that whenever we get to it. But we got bright futures, or at least we're looking at it and we're hoping that we're gonna have a bright future with this thing. It's fun in the very end. I mean, but we're still doing it like it's worth something. But more than welcome to anybody to come join on. This is fun. We ain't getting paid. We ain't looking to get paid. This is just something that's fun.
Hold up.
No, but
I'm getting paid right now, as a matter of fact, for like about 6 more minutes.
Oh yeah. Also today, yeah.
Don't say nothing.
No, this is the first of the first episode of the back-to-back solo dolo. Of course I'm solo. I'm solo sober. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sober. I'm drinking solo. He's sober. Next week is gonna be vice versa.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's another job thing, but I really enjoyed listening to that last episode, man. It was a great episode.
Yeah.
I'm fresh. I'm back from my trip, man. That trip was amazing, beautiful, COVID free. You know what I'm saying?
COVID-19.
Shit, COVID free, but man, it was beautiful, man. I really enjoy it. I know you got a trip coming up too, man. I'm glad this COVID thing's kind of dying down so we can actually get out there and be able to travel and do things like that and enjoy this fucking life that we live. But yeah, man, first things first, man, let's get into it. There was some boxing that actually happened. To me, it's not really too much to speak on because, of course there were some, especially the Vasily Lomachenko. I don't know I forgot who he fought. But some Asian dude, right? I think
yeah.
Korean or whatever. No disrespect.
Japan, probably.
Yeah, no disrespect, but he handled him, man. He put it on him, and to me, it didn't even look like it was a fight, a worthy fight. So we're really not going to get into that one. The one that I want to get into is the one that everybody's talking about, and that's the Gervonta Davis and was it Michael Barrios or Mario Barrios? Mario Barrios. And Davis, of course, jumped up 2 weight classes from 130 to 140. And he put it on him, man. I thought he outclassed him on some of the things.
He outclassed him because Barrios isn't an A-list fighter.
Right. And
I was saying that from the get-go. I said it before the fight even started. I said it maybe a couple days before it. Barrios isn't an A-list fighter.
he wasn't even a
true champion.
Yeah.
But not taking anything away from him. I mean, he's a hell of a boxer, but He's not an A-list boxer. So, I mean, let's, if Tank would have fought like I don't know, Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah. Well, before you go into actually who he fights at 140, what do you first of all, what do you think about him actually jumping up the 2 weight classes? And I mean, he holds belts at 130,
135.
Yeah. So, what do you think? First of all, because there's a lot to talk about on this. What's the first thing? What do you think about him jumping up? Is it a good move for him to jump up? Is it worth it? Is the class that he's coming from, is that shit depleted?
Hell no. Point? He ain't fighting nobody at 135 because that's where all the dogs are. But I will say this: people praised Tank for doing what he did, but also whenever Canelo did it, whenever he fought Rocky Felding, they shitted on him because they're like, "Oh, he's just cherry picking." But what did Tank do? He did the exact same fucking thing. So keep that same fucking energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Canelo's daring to be great. I mean, if you want to say Canelo was chasing the title, then Tank was chasing the title, quote unquote, because it's not a real title.
Right. And I mean, to add on that, so again, I'm not really too keen on this boxing shit, especially like as far as rankings and stuff like that, or where they're coming from weight class wise. So he is a champion at 135.
Yes.
Okay, so I was just kind of looking at some stuff. So because
no, yes and no. He's one of those regular
title holders. Okay. I mean, has he had a lot of fights at 135?
No.
Okay, so basically, right now, as far as where he's champ, like a regular champ, or like a true champ, is 130. Is that his true champ?
I believe
kind of status.
I believe he is there. Yeah.
So with that being said, going into the end of the fight, how he beat Barrios, of course the whole talk is about what Mayweather's saying, pretty much how he wants to keep him under the umbrella of Mayweather PBC. To me, that completely automatically eliminates him from even fighting anybody in 130.
And 135.
Right. So, because everybody's on the top rank, right?
Well, not everybody's on the top.
Well,
You have... who's under top rank at 135? Lomachenko, you got Teofimo Lopez.
Is Devin Haney under? Or is Devin Haney's
PBC? Or Matchroom.
Okay.
So, none of them, like I said, Ryan Garcia, he's under DAZN, or Golden Boy. Devin Haney, he's under Matchroom. Lomachenko, Teofimo, they're under top rank. So those are the top 5 guys, and
at 135.
At 135, and Mayweather's trying to keep it in house. So it's like, dog, come on now.
I mean, at this point, what it looks like, especially because of what Mayweather just did with that thing that you don't even call a fight. It looks like he's handpicking, cherry picking the fights to make it to where they're just easy money fights for them to kind of just bank on.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to sell the Davis Barrios fight as a championship fight. I mean, I guess in the long run, I guess you get a belt, but is it a real belt?
Technically,
no.
Yeah. I mean, but you still got to go fight for the actual true champion. But it's kind of, I mean, again, I think regular champion is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Interim champion makes a little bit more sense. But regular champion, I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's a made up.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb as hell. But I would think the same factors kind of fall into place when it comes to regular champion. As far as interim, you still got to fight to become the true champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, so that, I mean, basically he's just a paper champion.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Like Devin Haney.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And speaking of David Haney, he's at 130, right?
135.
135. So Shaq Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, they're all 135 or 130?
Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez and Harry, what's his name?
Yeah, Jamel.
Yeah. They're at 130.
Okay. And they're all top ranked, so there's not even going to be fights for them and Davis. So question...
Give like Shakur Stevenson maybe 2 years, a year and a half, and nobody's beating that man. Nobody's beating him right now, but...
Do you think he would stay at 130, or would he eventually...
He's
so everybody's pretty much going to eventually jump up. Okay, so with that being said too, man...
I did win money off these fights.
As always. Every time these fights go
I'll say Jose is one of the persons that bet me he was like, "Who you going for?" He was like, "How much do you have on it?" At that point, I already had $100 on the Tank fight. I was like, "I have 100 on it." But Frankie had asked him if he wanted to bet, and he like kind of wiggled around Frankie and like was like, "Well, who you going for, Brian?" I was like, "Well, who you going for?" He was like, "Barrios." I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm going for Tank." He was like, "How much you want to put on it?" I was like, "I already have 100 on it." He was like, "Well, let's bet."
Another 100?
Yeah, I was like, "Duh, come on now. Come on."
Hey, easy money.
Easy
Not that
money.
Easy money.
Easy money. Because I knew, like I said, Barrios isn't an A-list fighter. No disrespect to him at all.
Mm-hmm.
But there's levels to boxing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was telling people, imagine if Tank was the same length and height as Barrios. Barrios would have been out of there a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if Barrios was an A-list fighter, he probably would have been able to keep Tank at bay with just his jab and his 1-2. But, I mean, he didn't do that. His trainer could have told him to do that, but his trainer's Virgil, what's his name? He trained Andre Ward.
Yeah.
What the hell is his name? Anyways, Virgil Hunter, I believe it is.
Yeah, I think that sounds. Yeah, I think that is his name.
But anyways, like he's known as a good trainer, so I mean, it kind of falls on him too.
I mean, it could definitely be that. I mean, it leads to it being that because it's truly his team's, you know, in his corners, you know, advice that he needs to follow, and that, you know, instead of him kind of going in there, kind of just doing his own thing. But a lot of times, man, that we talked about it before. A lot of guys who fight with reach, they don't take advantage of that reach.
Nah,
man.
not at all.
Yeah, and they end up getting slaughtered by these guys that are, you know, a lot shorter, you know, as far as reach wise, and they're a lot stronger. And like, you know, we talked about it, you know, with, I think the best one that I've seen is the Tyson and Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
But man, that was a clinic that he put on Tyson, because he just kept him at bay with that jab and just kind of just ate him up. So with Mayweather saying this, man, and pretty much kind of eliminating any kind of huge major, you know, kind of cross promotion, you know, thing with Davis, how bad do you think it's gonna hurt him?
I don't know.
I mean, he'll get money, obviously.
He's gonna get money because he's a pay-per-view star.
Right.
But I don't know if he's a pay-per-view star. I'm sure there's people that are buying it just to see him lose.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I don't think nobody's gonna be able to beat him.
So what do you think about Gary Russell? Because I know Danny Garcia mentioned that, saying that would be a fight that he wants to see.
Gary Russell versus Tank?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Gary Russell don't fight enough. He's quick. Don't get me wrong, but he'll get knocked out.
So speaking of Danny Garcia, he calls out and says that he wants to fight.
He wants a tune-up fight first, and then
Before
he
he
wants to
fights
fight
Jermell.
Jermell at 154.
At 154. Now,
That's dumb.
of course, he has to move up from 147.
Dumb.
But he says he trains at 160 for the 147 fight, so he has to cut like 15. So it's dumb on Danny Garcia's fault.
Yes. He has no business at 154.
Okay, but at this point, what else does he have to lose?
Retire.
But
to be honest.
Okay, well,
or he could do a rematch with
Thurman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Porter.
Okay. So would he just want to, like? So you're basically saying just have him sit back and kind of take the winner of that fight then? Of the supposedly the fight that with Thurman and Porter that might happen.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if that was even in the thing.
Take a little tune-up fight between then, or don't even take a tune-up fight. Fight somebody good, you know, just to show that you could still get in there and do shit. But I mean, obviously, if you lose that one, then you know
that's a problem.
Time to hang it up. But,
so you don't think that's a good move for him to fight?
Hell no. I would put my money on
Jermell.
Ooh. Don't quote me. Psych. Go ahead and quote me because I'm
gonna get some money.
I'm pretty you know, right most of the time.
Yeah, I mean you've been winning money on all these fights that have been happening and stuff. So
yeah, I won money on the Lomachenko fight too.
Yeah, speaking of that, I didn't really watch it. I just kind of caught the highlights, but it looked like he looked like his old self.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that rematch. between him and Lopez.
Yeah. So that could be a thing that's popping up.
It is a thing.
It is?
If Lopez wins this next fight, then it's going to happen.
It's going to set up, man. I mean, that's going to be another badass fight, man. That's going to be a great fight.
It's going to happen. If I could see Lomachenko winning, but I could also see Lopez winning. I could see Lopez winning by a knockout, to be honest with you. Lopez has the power.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He definitely does.
And depending on how he looks in this next fight, if he looks great, like offensive-wise and defensive-wise,
yep.
Lomachenko, like I said, he's great, but it's the young bull's time to shine.
I mean, if Lomachenko loses that fight, if it does happen, if he loses, where does he go from there?
I mean, there's still fights to be made, but
I mean, we talked about, how boxing is, and I mean, and it's really not boxing. I mean, it's the promotions. They're the ones who kind of drive the sport. Just like Dana White and all these other guys who are the matchmakers. They kind of drive this stuff. So, I mean, I guess that it's just something that we have to wait to see on how that works and how that folds out. But, I mean, it sucks, man, because I just saw an interview today. It's funny. I mean, it's probably an old interview, but it was with Nate Diaz. And they were talking about him, about how when he was coming up, why he didn't fight for champions instead of going for fights that he actually wanted to see.
Yeah.
Or that he wanted to fight. And he goes, man, it's like, honestly, and he's speaking it from like a fan's perspective. If you see, why would you go for a fight that's not really going to benefit you besides the title? Why not go for the fight that actually is going to be worth it? Like a fight that's going to be a good fight instead of fighting somebody that's out of your league, pretty much. Yeah. And trying to take a bigger fight. You can make a fight that's just, and I think he's speaking from, instead of a fan also from a fan standpoint, but from a fighter standpoint. Of course, every fighter, wants to win championships, but, to a true fighter, it's just fighting the best guys. Kind of like the whole, Manny Pacquiao thing.
Yeah.
You want to fight the best. You want to fight the guys that will give you a challenge. You don't want to fight a guy that's going to just completely destroy you because at wherever you're at in your career, it's not going to be worth it. It's just no point. Now, that kind of contradicts for, what Pacquiao's doing, but I still think Pacquiao at least has something left in him. If he had nothing left in him and he was fighting Spence, I think it's a bad move for him. I still think it's a bad move because just where he's at, but I still think, man, he has that one. He still has one punch power that can probably hurt him. But again, that's all. We just gotta wait and see. But I still think he has that. I really do.
That's one fight I'm kind of iffy on if I'm gonna put money on.
On the Spence and Pacquiao, yeah, of course, because you can never count out Pacquiao. I mean, you don't know which Pacquiao you're gonna get. Honestly, I mean, it's his last fight. Why not him try to go out on top? Why not? Do you want to add anything? Is there any fights coming up this weekend that's actually worth it?
Yeah,
I know there's fights like every weekend, but
I think there's only one. I mean, it's on Showtime. What's his name? Chris Colbert.
Oh yeah. He was actually speaking. Speaking on the Davis fight as well. Pretty much how he basically just I guess it was more against what Mayweather's doing for him in his thing. How it's nothing against Barrios, just like you were saying, but if Davis wanted to make a splash, Barrios wasn't the guy to fight.
Yeah,
there was definitely other guys to fight, and so he wasn't impressed with him jumping up. And again, he's like, it's nothing against Barrios. It's just that was a bad matchup for him.
Yeah, and it's Colbert versus how do you say that name? They call him King Tug or something like that.
King, yeah, just leave it at that because this is Nayambara. Some shit. I'm just killed it. It's not even close to what I just said.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So good fight, man.
It's gonna be a good fight.
So hopefully it is. Hopefully we got some. Hopefully PJ, from West Texas, from Elwood, and
Elwood.
prayers out to all them guys out there in La Mesa, man.
Yeah, for sure.
They just had a tornado hit, man. Like 88-mile-per-hour winds out there. A lot of flooding and things like that.
A lot of dirt.
So, yeah, a lot of murky ass water. The flood waters.
All bullshit aside though, for real.
Yeah, I hope everybody's good. I hope there was not that much damage. Hopefully everybody got out safe and everything's okay.
Yeah, I seen that there was like a $10 million damage thing of what they're in.
That's the whole town, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They about to just wipe that bitch clean.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, there ain't no rebuilding that. But hopefully, man, hopefully they can rebuild it into something better, man. Hopefully not a lot of, historical markers or whatever or were destroyed or anything like that. But moving on, man. The topic of this week, man, is by far. I wasn't here for the Eminem, but man, as just listening to the Eminem, and as y'all were going, I was like, oh, I missed that one. I missed that one.
Yeah, because Jeremy says you ain't a real Eminem.
Yeah,
you ain't on Eminem like that.
I talked to him like that, man. I talked to him. I was like, bro, get out of here. And he clarified it. He kind of started backtracking on what he said, as far as like how I picked the first 3 albums as far as like some of his best shit. I still stand by it no matter what.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that doesn't stop me from saying anything else wasn't great. It's just, as I was growing up, that's what I heard, and that's what was great. That shit hit me differently. Now he's definitely way more lyrical. He's like it's definitely, you still like I was saying, you gotta sit there and listen to it over and over and over just to catch all the bars. So it's nothing like he's just fallen off or he's not great or he's not good and everything else is not, worthy. It's just that was something that hit, and I think that's what kind of goes into this top 5 of, the best hip hop debut albums is the eras. And I think that's what I struggled with the most is the impact in the era. Now, of course, impact in the era doesn't classify it as. It's not the end all be all, but it's definitely a factor. And I was thinking, we're definitely going to kind of help structure this top 5, and I'm going to kind of throw it out on air. I know, we talked about it before, but, what if we go and we say there's 4 bullet points on how to do this top 5. All right, first, of course, bars or lyrics, whatever you want to say.
Bars.
Okay, bars, lyrics, whatever. Let's just throw it in there just for shits and giggles. Let's say beats, like the beats or whatever. All right. Then let's go with creativity, and then let's go with impact. So bars, beats, creativity, and impact. Storytelling, creativity, whatever. Let's do that as a 4 bullet points going forward. Not this one in particular, but going forward to kind of help, because what seems to be the trend on these top 5s and things like this is pretty much just preference is what's coming and is trumping overall. Now, of course, me and you, I'm pretty sure we got the same top 5, but there's a lot of times that we don't agree, and it's only because what we feel, what we prefer more.
Yeah. Scary call.
Actually,
it's a telemarketer.
It's my boy Ernest from La Mesa, actually, right there.
Hey, put him on. Put him on, or I'll call him. So he could be on here.
But yeah, man. So it's like that's gonna be the 4 bullet points that we're gonna kind of go forward on this top 5. So especially when it comes to the music. So bars, beats.
He still has the same number, right?
Creativity, and impact. The impact of what the song or what the the genre of music or the album or whatever the case is. This iPhone shit. I'm really used to that iPhone shit. But yeah, man. So that's what we're gonna start to do going forward. Is kind of structure this top 5 to make it a little bit better. Yeah. So let's go ahead and call this guy Ernest. Yeah, we're gonna pop up on him. Hey, bro. You on live, bro? Well, you ain't live, but you on the podcast.
You called during it, so I was like, you know what? Let me call him so we could get him on here. Talking about the weak ass cheeseheads.
Oh yeah, he's a Packer fan. He's a Packer fan. Sorry. Yeah, they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. They're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
What are y'all gonna do without Rodgers? Okay.
Hey, at least you're fucking confident in his ass. That's true, but
Dak's a different animal.
shit, he won 13 games.
Put some respect on it.
They went 13-3. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. That's true.
Favre.
Favor. No, but man, how y'all good out there? Everything's all right. A lot of muddy, murky ass water I seen.
Well, I bet them mosquitoes are bad right now.
Oh, who's that? Who's that? My boy
Psycho.
My boy Psycho. What's up, man? You on the podcast too now? Now, we just got through talking about boxing. Now we're going to talk about the top 5 greatest hip-hop debut albums. Yeah. What is it?
That's not his debut album.
That's his third album. Yeah, like the first album that they came out with. No, that was last week. Oh no, it was a top
5 debut hip hop albums.
Yeah.
So their first.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it. Hold on, we got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about. I was gonna keep going, and this is what I mean.
This ain't only our only episode.
Yeah, we got plenty of topics that people gave us, and we're trying to fit it all in. But yeah, man, we definitely gonna get to everybody's thing, you know. So be prepared. Hey, you'll know if you listen all the time.
Exactly.
There you go. So yeah, man. It's all good.
We'll get to the rock section.
Yeah, we'll get there. I was gonna wear my Deftones shirt today, but you know I had to rep my Dallas Stars today, so it's all good. But yeah, man.
This
Die Hard. What about your Niners? Where are they at?
They ain't gonna do shit.
You're still riding Garoppolo.
Y'all ain't gonna do shit. Y'all are worse than the Cowboy fans.
Oh man, that's
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I speak nothing but the truth. Shit, you need to. You need to, goddammit.
So there you go. That's why I'm still repping my team, even though we didn't make the playoffs. I'm still repping the Stars. I'm still repping everything Dallas. So, and you ain't even. So I don't even think you've been to San Francisco. You over here.
He acts like he's from there. His wrists are always broken.
He looks like it.
His favorite team on the basketball movie is the Fairies.
That's a San Francisco team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the San Francisco Fairies. Well, another one bites the dust, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, hey, thank you for calling in, or us calling you. Yeah, us calling you, and y'all joining up for a little bit, man. We're gonna finish this podcast up, man. All right, man. All right, bro.
Talk y'all. Love y'all.
All right,
bye. All right. little thing that we just did real quick.
See, hey, and like I said before, man, you can always call in, or we can call you if you call us and bother us in the middle of a podcast. We can put you on and blast your ass away, with straight high sides and
bars for that ass
for sure. But yeah, man. So going back into it, bars, beats, creativity, and impact. Of course, going forward, we already got our list made up, so we didn't, this is just kind of like what I think is going to be better to kind of go off of, kind of like the source, the 5 mics type things. Before we get into our list, I got a couple of them. I don't know if you have any couple lists, but my cousin Michael Solis, he got Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. That's number 1, which it's highly. That's high. That's high. Still great. Still absolutely fucking great debut album. He has Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die, number 2. Number 3, he has The Chronic by Dr. Dre. Number 4, he has Get Rich or Die Trying by 50. And number 5, he got Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick. My nephew, Rocky, he has 50 Cent. Actually, he has at number 6, he has 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. I thought that was kind of low, but it is what it is. He has number 5, Juvenile, Being Myself. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
That's a bootleg album.
I think it is a bootleg because I swore I thought 400 Degrees
that was his
first album, which was still a great album. I don't know about it being in the top, but definitely a great album. He has Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die, number 4, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, number 3, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, number 2, and he has NWA Straight Outta Compton, number 1, because his thing was the impact it had on the nation as a whole in the early days. Now like I told you before, that's going to be, I think it has to be a major factor because of the time eras and things like this. But I truly don't think that's what makes it like the best album or a great album. Only because if you got to do that, you got to put 2 Live Crew in there. Because their album, man, they oh, so boy, me love you long time. I mean, they're the ones who actually got the.
What that nigga say? He said, I woke up hard. What he say? I woke up with my dick on hard or some shit like that.
But I mean, bro, I remember I couldn't, as a kid, I couldn't even be in the same room when my cousins were, playing that song or they're playing that album, bro. It was like I was getting in trouble or something if I was even near them. So, I mean, if you want to talk about impact, you got to do that. But, I mean, NWA Straight Outta Compton was definitely a great album. But I don't know about it being number 1. But, great list on both ends. Nah. Still a great list. There was some great. Of course, agree and disagree. I disagree on some of them, especially the Dr. Dre, the Chronic album, and the B.I.G. Ready to Die. Yeah. I think both of them albums are good. I don't think they're great. But again, we'll see.
Who are we?
We will see.
I got a few. Jeremy, the one from last week.
Big Germ, Big Worm.
Big Germ. He gave his. He said the documentary, College Dropout, Ready to Die, Illmatic, and Get Rich or Die Trying. He said honorable mentions are The Chronic and Thug Motivation 101. Mm-hmm. Smooth Vega, he gave 1 album. So it better be the one. I was like, you need 4 more, but he never said anything back. But he said it's dark and hell is hot.
The DMX.
Good. The homie Pac Manson said The Chronic, Get Rich or Die Trying, Illmatic, The College Dropout, and Slim Shady LP. Carlos Zamora, he's an old head.
I'm an old head.
He Beastie Boys, License to Ill.
That's real. Yeah,
that's why I said that. Cypress Hill, the Cypress Hill. Mm-hmm. Nas, Illmatic, Big Pun, Capital Punishment.
That is a great album. It is a great album.
Kanye West, College Dropout, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style.
And I cannot wait till we talk about all this, bro.
And then he also gave, I guess, some more honorable mentions. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, which I just heard the other day, and I'll get to that here in a minute. DMX is Dark and Hell is Hot, and then NWA, Straight Outta Compton. I want to say I have one more. Let me see. Those were all good lists.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of great albums on them on all these lists. All of them. They're just great. They're great all around. But they're all wrong. What we're looking for is the greatest of the great. Now, of course, it was hard. It's very, very, very hard to come up with this list. I listened to a lot of albums in the last, oh my God, I want to say 30 hours. I listened to a lot of albums trying to figure out what would be, and I still didn't even hit every single one. And I still got a lot of them that I didn't mark on mine, but I think I'm okay with my list.
I'm comfortable with my list, too.
I'm definitely okay with my list. I'm definitely okay with some of my honorable mentions as well, but I know I left some out, just period.
Yeah, the homie, Joe from the TFTI. Or hold on, did I say it right? Thanks for the invite. Yeah. TFTI podcast. He said DMX is dark. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. 50, Get Rich or Die Trying. Jeezy, Thug Motivation. The Game, documentary. At first, he thought I just meant like major debut album, so he put Linkin Park, The Hybrid Theory.
Shit, boy, that's a fucking hell of a fucking album. That's a hell of a motherfucking album.
But he said if we're just doing rap, he said then Doggy Style.
I'm telling you, bro. Did you listen to Doggy Style right there?
Yeah.
Boy,
It's a great album.
It is a great album. It's a fucking great album. Now, of course, if we were going by our fucking bullet points on our, bars, beats, creativity, and impact, bars won't be up there.
No, but the beats will.
Yes, beats will, impact, creativity, all that's gonna be high up there.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
it's hard.
The impact for sure.
Yes.
I think the only reason why it had an impact though is because he was backed by Dre and
of course.
Pop. I mean, but if he wasn't,
it
wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first, unless you want me to go first. I always go first.
I'll go first.
Okay,
I'll go with my honorable mentions.
Yes, sir.
Slim Shady LP, Thug Motivation 101, Ready to Die, Victory Lap. A lot of people might be like, that wasn't his major debut album, which it was.
Yeah.
Go down the list and look at it.
We talked about that.
Yeah. Hell of an album.
Yes, it is.
Nipsey died at a young age. I remember. Did you go to that Game concert?
No.
Whenever we went on stage with
Game? Bro, yeah.
You were there?
Yeah. I was on stage with y'all.
Yeah, that's right. But Nipsey performed that night, right?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember that shit at all, bro. I was
faded.
faded. I was so faded, bro.
Yeah, Nipsey performed that night, and J-Rock and
I remember J-Rock.
Kendrick was there too.
I didn't know.
He was the hype man for J-Rock.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
God, bro, I don't fucking remember that shit at all.
Yeah.
I remember J-Rock was on there. I remember J-Rock.
I was already listening to Kendrick at that time too.
Yeah. I remember J-Rock and I remember Game. That's all I remember.
Yeah, Nipsey was the first one. You don't remember?
You know what? Yeah.
You don't remember that white boy that was in front of like, do bullets?
Yeah, you know what? I do remember. I do remember because pretty much that was a gang affiliated fucking show, like a motherfucker, bro. That
Crip,
shit,
blood.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I remember that.
But that Victory Lap album, hell of a fucking album. Whenever it came out, I was like, man, this shit is very well put together. He definitely, like I said, was taken too young.
Yeah.
It sucks.
A lot of the greats are, man.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely sucks. I mean, because I would obviously want more music from him. He put out a shitload of music already.
He did. He had a lot of mixtapes, a lot of stuff that didn't hit mainstream, a lot of stuff that did hit mainstream. He has a lot of categories.
Yeah, after we saw that Game show, that was on the LAX album.
Damn,
whenever he dropped the LAX album.
Damn, bro, that shit.
So I believe, it was.
Yeah,
because I remember him performing Money.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So after that, I remember getting into Nipsey because I had never heard of Nipsey until that show. So I was like, man, let me go check this dude out. And I was like, all right, This dude.
That's a hell of a show, though, bro. You think about it, bro, that was a fucking great show.
But it's crazy, though, because it's like J-Rock, man, and then Kendrick, whenever he was going by K-Dot.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, this is... And then years later, Kendrick started doing his own shit.
Yeah.
Was still under the same label, but he's obviously a bigger star. He dropped all this shit. And what's crazy is I went to see him whenever he came to Southside Ballroom. Whenever he dropped Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, Kendrick?
Yep. First, right whenever he dropped Good Kid, Mad City, he went on tour. Me and Thava were literally front row of that show. Man, that was a hell of a time. That was a hell of a time. Thava was like, he's going to perform this song first, I bet you. Sure enough, he came out with that. I woke up this morning with my dick all hard. Yeah. Boy.
See, I went to go see...
West Side, right on time.
I went to go see... The only time I seen Kendrick, I don't remember if it was either Austin City Limits or if it was Voodoo Fest in New Orleans. I don't remember.
I think it was the ACL.
I think it was ACL. We actually saw Schoolboy Q that night or that day too, but it was right after the Damn album. It was right after the Damn album. And
well, see, we went to go see them. They went on that All-Star tour where it was the whole TDE.
Yeah.
We got to the show late, so we didn't get to see J-Rock perform. Did we get to see J-Rock? We got to see somebody, and then obviously we got to see Kendrick perform. Mm-hmm. And that's whenever he had put out Damn. But yeah, I was upset that we didn't get to see Schoolboy or Absol perform. Yeah. Well, you know what? We did see J-Rock perform, but we didn't see Absol or Schoolboy. When we saw
Schoolboy, bro, Schoolboy was so fucked up.
Yeah,
he was so fucked up, bro. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, when Schoolboy says he has the I mean, you know, ain't no races over here, but when he says he got the white boy college fucks on him, bro. They went crazy for
That's
him.
usually what racist say
before they say some racist shit. But no, bro, like damn, he had the college crowd crazy. It was a great show. He actually did a collab. They did Kendrick came out and you know they performed together, man. Collard Greens. But it was a great show, honestly, man. But Kendrick killed it, man. He killed it at the very end. But yeah, man. So
all right. So number 5 on that one is Doggy Style. After I listened to it.
Yeah, I told you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That Snoop Dogg album.
But like I was telling you, Snoop Dogg's not that great of a artist.
He's not, bro. Like I mean, again,
I'm gonna get backlash. Like. You know what? Since we're talking about that, we're gonna talk about what happened on my Facebook.
Let's talk about the Jay-Z shit real quick.
But we are gonna do a top 5 Jay-Z thing.
Absolutely.
But we're gonna talk about what happened on my Facebook just literally the other day. Anyways, I said Snoop Dogg, he's not that great of a rapper in my opinion. The Doggy Style album is a great album, hell of an album.
Yeah.
He does have a few good songs here and there, but he's not a top 10 rapper in my opinion.
No. No, definitely.
Like I said, he does have other good songs and shit like that, but I mean, I remember watching the Snoop's Upside Your Head video whenever he was like in prison.
Yeah.
Or whenever he was in prison in the video.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that, and I mean, obviously, I remember watching videos from the Dogfather album. Mm-hmm. Anyways,
and then his little stint with the
No Limit. Yeah,
No Limit.
That was whenever he sucked.
Yeah, bro, that shit was that was so terrible. I remember when it happened, I was like, "Oh shit, bro!"
I was too. I was like, "What?"
And then the album dropped. I was like, "Boy, what?
You don't belong on these sounds,
bro. You don't."
But back to the whole Jay-Z thing.
Yeah.
So, obviously, whenever we go over these topics, we talk about it. You know, me and David, we go over what we're going to talk about. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and listen to this Reasonable Doubt again. I haven't listened to it in forever, simply because I'm not a Jay-Z fan. Mm-hmm. I listened to it, and it's not a fucking good album at all. At all. Like, there's probably like 2 songs on there that I could enjoy is Feeling It and Dead Presidents. And at that, the Dead Presidents just really isn't all that great either. Neither is Feeling It.
Right.
And it's because I've heard so many people rap on those, and you know what?
Shit, we rapped on
Feeling It. And as a matter of fact, I was going to tell you, if we actually come back
You want to do feeling it again?
We can do feeling it again, just to be like, you know what, we're feeling back coming back in.
Hell yeah!
But
that's a great ass beat.
Yeah, like so many people. The Game actually did feeling it, and he absolutely murdered that shit. Dead Presidents, I believe, Chameleonaire did that. He killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Jay-Z's just not that great of a rapper. But anyways, anytime I mention something about Jay-Z, negative about Jay-Z, people come for me. I enjoy it. I mean, fuck, I feed off of that shit. But it's like, you know, people always tell me, like, let me read one. What was it? Let me see.
Why you look for that? I don't know why people think Jay-Z is better than Nas.
He's not.
I mean, there are people do. There's a lot of people that think that he's better than Nas. I'm like, bro, y'all are fucking cuckoo, bro. Y'all are tripping. There's no way that he's more lyrically gifted than Nas at all.
Not at all. Not even close.
Not even close.
Well, see, like Cliff, he was like, just read the lyrics. You have to. It's all in there. It's like there's no reason to read the lyrics. He's not rapping fast. Like I can understand every single thing he's saying.
Yeah.
And he's not saying anything that's like, damn, let me rewind this.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing great. I mean, it's like I said, Jay-Z's just not that great.
He's not. I agree. He's not that great.
And then somebody said, if you don't like the East Coast beats, then it's not for you. It's like there's nothing wrong with his beats. The beats are good.
Yeah.
The
style,
not even the style. It's just he sucks.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, again, I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate. It has. I mean, of course, I know what you're trying to say. He sucks, but there's some great rappers we left off this list because of the reason of it being the best debut album. You know, it's there. I mean, like for instance, Tupacalypse Now. That album is not great. It's not great. I've listened to it and I'm like, oh my God, it's not a great album. Now, of course, he dropped hit after hit after that, but that first album is not great. I mean, Brenda's Got a Baby, maybe one or two other ones, you know, we're not going to get into that because it didn't make the list, but, you know, it's not a great album at all. Now, Jay-Z, of course, I don't even have him as a top 3 debut album in New York City.
No.
Besides it being, you know,
not at all
great of all time, you know.
I mean, in the New York City area too, because there's so many.
Right. There's so many boroughs and shit. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it might be hard to put him in the top 10.
Yeah.
You know, because you know I completely forgot about Capital Punishment. You know, that right there is 4 that I have ahead of him, right off top.
I mean,
you know, just off the top of my head. But I mean, I also got Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. That album went hard, and that's already 5 right there. That's better than that album. So I don't know. Like, I mean, that's a whole nother story we got going.
But we will do a top 5 Jay-Z album. I mean, not albums, songs.
Yep.
For our opinion, of course, all the hate and shit that y'all give me.
Keep bringing
it. And whenever I ask for these songs, y'all better fucking give. Not y'all better. Just give them, you know, keep that same type of energy. We want the interaction, you know, since y'all are big Jay-Z fans.
Yes, sir.
These lists should be easy or hard for y'all. Make y'all go fucking listen to his albums again and give us a good ass list. And who knows, maybe I'll check the songs out just to see if I left something off, but I doubt it because Jay-Z sucks.
But like I said, like he said, we want the interaction. We want to keep that flow.
You a fan, a phony, a fake.
Ether's at. But you know, we love that shit, man. Keep bringing it. What's your number 4 though?
Number 5. We're on the top 5 now.
I thought you did.
No, I did the honorable mentions.
You had
I had
Doggy Style.
Number 10.
Okay.
Number
right.
10.
Damn, bro.
Number 10. So, number 5 on the top 5. My top 5 was 36 Chambers. Wu-Tang. Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
Bro.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus. And you know what's crazy? Have you seen the Hulu shit that I've told you about?
Oh, which one?
The Wu-Tang series.
Oh no, I still ain't seen that shit.
They're about to come out with season 2.
I need to see that shit, and I'm glad
dope.
though, because
It's dope.
I would hate if it's that great. I would hate to have that lag in between the two seasons.
Yeah, it's a fucking long ass
series
gap.
In between.
Because I've already watched the whole series or the whole first season, and it's like, damn, I've been waiting on season 2 for like over a year now. Like, damn. But yeah, hell of an album. You know, it got Scream on there. Obviously, everybody knows what that means.
Bro, it has way more than that, bro.
Oh yeah, I know that.
That whole fucking album is fucking outstanding.
I was listening to that shit earlier just to be like, make sure that I wanted to put it in my top 5.
Bro, that shit is great.
But yeah, whenever we said that we were gonna do this, I was like, 36 Chambers has to be on there.
Absolutely.
Because I listened to it again once I finished watching that series, which was last year, right whenever COVID started, is whenever I watched the series. So I finished it pretty quick. And I was like, man, let me listen to that album again because I haven't heard it in years. And sure enough, I was like, yeah. I remember watching Wu-Tang videos whenever the Triumph video. I remember watching that one. I remember watching the Gravel Pit. You remember that?
Yeah. God damn.
Welcome to my Gravel Pit. Yeah. I remember watching all that shit.
I mean, again, like we talk about, we're talking about Wu-Tang right now, but to me, they're not, I don't know, like that's a whole nother conversation, but they're not, as far as like mainstream type, like commercially successful as 3 6 Mafia or Bone Thugs. No. That's crazy because they're so great, they're so talented, and 36 Chambers shows you, bro, that, when it comes to lyrics, they ain't nobody fucking with them, bro. Like they're so fucking great.
You got Method Man,
bro.
Ghostface, Raekwon, Inspector Deck.
Yes, bro.
All right, so number 4 is Get Rich or Die Trying, and like I was telling David earlier, like, because I don't think he was trying to put it in his top 5. I don't even know if it's in his top 5, but I was like, dog, like, once them 2 quarters drop. Like, come on now. Like,
I definitely forgot about like Get Rich or Die Trying.
Like, I was like, man, like, nah.
I admit that shit.
Like, once you hear those 2 quarters drop, it's like, and then it goes into, what is it called? That What Up Gangsta? Yeah. Like, once you hear,
what up, blood? What up, cuz?
Once you hear that, and then the loading the, that's it. See? Hey.
G-Unit. What? Bro, everybody's rocking G-Unit shit.
But then, you got What Up Gangsta, then Patiently Waiting, then Many Men, which I believe is probably his greatest song ever. Yeah. It has to be.
Yeah, it is. I think it. I agree with that.
And then, obviously, In the Club, High All the Time, Heat, If I Can, Bloodhound, Back Down, whenever he fucking murdered Ja Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like that album right
there. It
is,
bro. That shit is fire. Like, like I said, I went, after we had that conversation earlier, I went back and listened to it. I was like, God damn, I forgot about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Jam right there. They have Wangsta on there. Of course it was on the 8 Mile as well, but it was on there too. But, that whole fucking album is fire, bro.
From
that shit
start to finish.
That shit is dope.
And then, of course, number 3, I can't leave this album off because it's definitely a hell of a fucking album. One of the greatest rappers of all time. The Documentary.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not agree with me saying that he's one of the greatest rappers of all time, but people sleep on that man.
I'm a quote Jay-Z fan. You gotta read it, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to the fucking lyrics, bro. He's actually... every time I listen to Game, and like I said, we talked about this. I slept on Game. Like, I really did. I have completely slept on Game. Every time I hear Game, bro, I'm like, bro, how the it's his style. He's a gangster rapper, bro. Like, he's
bars.
Yes, with bars. A gangster rapper with bars, bro. Like, that's not a fucking deadly combination. I don't know what the fuck it is, bro. But that's why a lot of people sleep on him is because the style of rap that he does. But he has bars.
Generic. Mine's authentic, man. Boy, I'm like a jukebox. Anyways, number 2, hell of a fucking album. This album is fucking changed the rap game. one of the best rappers of all time. He's definitely in my top 5.
Yep.
You know, I've thought about restructuring my fucking top 5 and putting Biggie below this guy. I might do it, to be honest with you. Illmatic. There's nobody out there that could really put out an Illmatic album.
No.
And what I mean by that is, you know, from start to finish, it'd be a solid piece of work. But my number 1, obviously, outtook that one.
I mean, okay. There is, because the J. Cole album that just dropped, that shit's from start to finish. No, but I'm saying it's not on that level.
Not even.
But
not even
it's
close.
Start to finish, bro, that shit goes hard. That shit jams.
Not even close.
But
not
it's
even
not.
close.
It's
not
not.
even close. And number 1 is hell of an album. The way it's structured, the way the skits come in between songs and shit like that. Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar. I mean, that album right there, man. Like I can't just listen to one song whenever it's picking up from like a skit. Whenever I listen to that album, or anytime I want to listen to a song from that album, I have to listen to that album from front to finish,
front to back,
front to back,
Yep.
because I can't just pick up.
Yeah.
You know, just because I'm thinking of the skit before the song.
Yeah. He definitely hit it creativity wise. Like, that thing is absolutely a fucking masterpiece of work that he put together. I totally agree with you, man. That album is fucking outstanding. It's phenomenal. When I first heard it, I completely became a fan almost immediately. And how many times do you do that on somebody's debut album? And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what this whole top 5 debut album, that's what the best of. That's what it is when you first hear this album, do you automatically become a fan of that? And that's what this is. That's what the top 5s are. Of course, honorable mentions that you can throw that in there, because there's a lot. There's absolutely a lot. And of course, my list is going to be slightly different from yours, but I agree heavily with what you put out. Everything that you said, I agree. They're all great debut albums. Yeah. Absolutely, all of them. You might not agree with mine, but we'll see. We gonna see. All right. I'm gonna start off with honorable mentions. I'm gonna go with 10, number 10, and I'm going with Chameleon Sound of Revenge. Now, of course,
is the sound of
there's an asterisk by this, only because technically it's not his debut album. I mean, it's his debut album as far as a solo artist, but he had a lot of work put in way before this.
But it's his major.
It is definitely his major, but he had a lot of stuff. He actually dropped Apollo Walker Millionaire, of course. Get Your Mind Correct. He dropped so many. He dropped a couple of mixtape Messiah. Actually, 1 or 2 maybe mixtape Messiahs before he actually dropped this album. I think it was only just the mixtape Messiah 1. But he had a lot of work before he actually dropped this album. So he was able to perfect and critique and kind of alter his style before he dropped this. So, little asterisk, but it's still a fucking great fucking album. As far as being a debut album, major label album. Number 9, we talked about this. I gotta throw it on there, even though it's short, but it's creeping on the come up. That changed the game for listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony. That put them on the map, and they wrecked ever since. They made history. Of course, as you know, we talked about it on the Bone Thugs episode.
Greatest group of all time.
Agree, disagree. But but I definitely got to give him that. That was an outstanding debut album. My number 8, bro. My number 8 has to be Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. That album, I mean, if you listen to that album, of course, it's not going to be nowhere near what you hear today and things like this. But when this album fucking dropped, bro, and I think it was like 89, 88, 89. I think it was 88. Bro, they fucking changed the game.
Yeah.
Like, Rakim, by far, was one of the greatest fucking lyrical rappers of his time, of his era. Eric B did a lot of motherfucking, scratching on that fucking album, DJ shit. Like that album as a lot, and I heard this album twice back to back, because there's a lot of rappers that has sampled songs off this album.
Yeah.
A lot. That tells you the fucking impact that fucking album had. There's a lot of rhyme schemes and things that Rakim put out there that people stole from it. You know what I'm saying? Lil Eminem, The Way I Am.
Yeah.
Took some fucking, took a bar or from Rakim. So it just shows you the impact that fucking album had. Now, of course, it's not going to compare it to a lot of these other ones, but as far as what it did and how it was, and of course, we talked about this. I trump lyrics over a lot of things. If it's a lyric, if we're talking about lyrics, that makes me put whatever higher than anything else. It has to have bars. Just like my boy No Life Shaq, bro. Bars, barology. We catch those. We catch those bars.
Yeah.
We listen to them bars. That's what we do. This is what it's all about. It's about bars. It's about lyrics. I don't care. You can have the dopest fucking producer. You can have the dopest fucking producer out here making your beats. If you're trash no matter what. Even if you sold millions of records because your beats were so cold and you have a fucking catchy hook. If your fucking lyrics, your verses are trash, you're trash. Period.
Mm-hmm. Big facts.
So that was number 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was number 7. So number 6 is The Chronic by Dr. Dre. It's The Chronic. Only because it's Dre. I'm dead ass. I mean, and I could put, I'll put 7A and 7B. I'll put Cold World on there because that's another great album. But number 6 is Doggy Style. And I bumped it. I'm going to tell you right now. I bumped it for Get Rich or Die Trying. I could have put it 5A, 5B.
So I changed your mind.
Huh?
So I changed your mind.
Yes, you did. I mean, but I changed your mind as well because you didn't even have it on there at all. And I'm gonna tell you, Doggy Style is a fucking fantastic, phenomenal masterpiece.
It ain't no fun
if the homies can't have nothing. Bro, that shit was banging, bro. I mean, and again, that's one of the things you can listen to it. And then that was creative as well because of that whole that fucking radio station. What was it? Easy
W-Easy Balls.
Yeah. W Balls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
DJ Easy.
yeah, that's what his name was. But going into my number 5, bro, is Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
It has to be 50 Cent. Get Rich or Die Trying.
We can
get the drop. We don't keep it. I struggled with it because I actually had it at 4. And I had my number 4 now at number 5. But after listening to them back to back, I'm sorry. The Game documentary is number 4 for me. Of course, I have 36 Chambers at number 3 because I think it's hard. Because that shit, it just, I don't know, it moves me, bro.
It's a good album.
It is. It's a great fucking album. My top 3 are probably, they're the best fucking albums. And I agree. Me and you actually have the same top 3.
Mine's
We have this. Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You have number 5. Yeah. But we have the top 2. My number 2 is Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick. But I do it simply because Illmatic, I think, is a fucking masterpiece and it withstood the test of time. Illmatic, you can still put it on right now and it's still way better than 90% of the shit that's out there right now.
Yeah.
100%. And there's a lot of rappers, but as far as debut albums, that's what it is. And I'm gonna have to quote you, but you said Good Kid, Mad City is the Illmatic of its time. And I was like, well, how the fuck can you put Illmatic behind Good Kid, Mad City if you say that shit?
It's crazy, dog.
But, I mean, as you can see, bro, this fucking whole fucking album, bro, goes fucking hard, bro.
Go ahead, we can keep
bro,
talking.
It's so fucking, I mean, this fucking album, I'm telling you, bro, from start to finish.
The fucking dungeons of rap.
Bro, from start to finish. And just like he says, bro, when he dropped this bitch, he was fucking labeled the fucking best lyricist, and it's true. Bro, come on, dog. This shit withstood time, bro.
Sniffing cocaine,
bro.
holding an M16.
This fucking album is fucking outstanding. It's outrageous. To me, this puts him up there. I'll have to put him. If we were gonna do a fucking Mount Rushmore of greatest rappers of all time, he's definitely in the top 4. Definitely in the top 4.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%, he's definitely top 4. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't have Biggie or Pac on my fucking list at all on the greatest debut albums. Of course, we already talked about Tupacalypse Now. I didn't think it was a great album. I don't think Ready to Die is that great. I mean, it's a good album. I don't think it's great at all. And I left it off my fucking list altogether, after my top 10, because I think these other ones are better than that. Of course, agree to disagree with me. It's all good. It doesn't change the fact that I still think he's a great rapper. One of the greatest rappers of all time.
You know what's crazy though is, let's talk about how AZ outdid Nas on this song.
You know, I was thinking about that when I was listening to the song. I was like, holy shit, bro.
AZ, like, literally, you know who I wish they would do a full album together.
Yeah.
Because all the songs that they've done, like, I was like, Jesus Christ, man. It's like bar. And then they came out with The Firm and shit like that.
Yep.
Like,
and I'm going to tell you, bro, it's slipping my mind right now, the name of the song. But you know what I think is the greatest song? And of course, people are going to disagree with me. But the greatest song on Ready to Die, on Big's Great Ready to Die, is the one with Method Man.
The what?
Yeah. I think that's the greatest song on that album.
It could be.
And that's because I think Method Man. I think really, really highly of Method Man because I think he's great.
Yeah.
I think he's fucking fantastic. And he killed Biggie. I think he killed Biggie on that song. Deadass. I think he killed Biggie on that song.
Life's a bitch and then you die. Hey,
Bro.
You know what album that just came out? Not just came out, but it's been out for 11 years now. He just celebrated, or 10 years. He just celebrated his 10-year anniversary.
So 2011?
Yeah. Big Sean.
Yeah.
Finally Famous.
Yeah.
It's obviously doesn't have anything compared to these albums, but it's a hell of a fucking album.
You know, and you're talking about Finally Famous, and I have to bring up, man, Fabulous is Ghetto Fabulous.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, but see, here's the thing, too. This is my song, bro. Whose world is this? Bro, but we have to take the fact that a lot of the commercial shit is really good. But you can't automatically just keep that as like, oh, it was commercially successful, so it's better. That's not.
No.
That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that.
No.
Because if you want to look at it, Ghetto Fabulous was a successful, very, very successful debut album.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking great commercial hits on that. When they die, yeah. But it's a great fucking album. But he has bars, bro.
Yeah,
he has bars, but some of them songs just fall short. But it's still a great fucking.
Always on time. Is that song?
That's Ja.
Is it?
That's Ja.
Oh damn.
Is it Ja?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I think it's because that's with the Shanti.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Always.
Oh yeah.
It is. You're talking about the one with
Lil Mo.
Yeah, Lil Mo. Fucking.
Hey.
Bro. Hey, we old heads over here. You know what I'm saying? This just shows our age and shit.
Show.
But yeah, bro. I mean, I think this segment went great. It was definitely fucking hard as shit to come up with the top 5 debut albums.
We got another top 5 next week.
Yeah.
Have we picked it yet?
I don't know.
I feel like we have.
I know we got a couple of them to choose from.
Yeah.
But speaking of top 5, we definitely gonna drop out some shit, and we're gonna add a top 5 sports, segment as well. The top 5, and the hip hop segment is going off. It is going crazy, and we enjoy that. We enjoy people listening and enjoying what we're talking about and things like this. And like I said, you can always holler at us, send us whatever. You can jump on like you just saw. We can call people. You can call us. We can get you on here. We can talk. Man, I mean, this is not just for us. It's for everybody. Like we want to talk to people. We want to interact with people. This is what we want. This is what the whole purpose is. We want to have fun with this thing. So yeah, bro, we're gonna do a top 5 sports segment. All kinds of sports, whatever. We're definitely gonna try to get into rock, and on the some of these other
classic
segments.
rock.
Yeah, classic rock. We gotta do alternative, bro. I'm an alternative head.
Oh yeah.
I
know some of that.
I know, bro. I know. I remember when you were a little kid, you were skateboarding and shit. You did your little Tony Hawk thing. You know what I'm saying? I remember that shit, wearing fucking Vans and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you remember the old Fat Farms?
Yeah.
Bro, hey, nigga, that's, bro. I'm sorry for the word, but yeah, bro, that shit went off. Them old Fat Farms. I'm trying not to say, I don't mean no disrespect, but
shit, that's like my vocabulary. Shit,
I grew up in the projects. If you from Fort Worth,
where the Radio Shack is at now, or not the Radio Shack.
It used to be Radio Shack. It's the
college.
The college. It's a TCC now, but right across from the jailhouse, bro. That shit used to be all projects, just like Butler. It was called Ripley Arnold Projects.
Hey,
bro, I was born in that bitch.
He came out swimming.
Yeah, but I was in that bitch,
Boom.
and I seen that shit, and I seen a lot of things in my life, and I grew up around a lot of things. So I don't mean no disrespect at all. That's just where I grew up. That's how I'm from. I'm hood. I'm ghetto as hell, but I know how to turn that shit off like a switch. Bro, we been playing that song the whole time. I didn't even know. Like that shit just. I was just vibing.
We're just talking. I was just vibing. So won't catch the... Before we go to this next segment, though, shout out to Panther City Jewelers. You know what I'm saying? Got some material. Not some material. Some shirts and some merch. Yes, he has some stickers. He has a little bit of keychains. You know him, Alex Trejo.
Yeah, he was on the episode.
He was on two episodes. Yeah, he got some shirts in. He just did a grill for a Grammy winner. I'm not gonna say who it was. I'll let him announce it.
Okay.
Well, he might announce it by then, but I'm still not gonna announce it. So stay tuned. Yeah, a grill, top and bottom.
Oh damn.
Very detailed.
Oh yeah.
Fucking dope. I'll show you here in a minute. Yeah. So congratulations to him. I told him.
Absolutely.
Me and him, like, we could talk on the phone every single day, or we talk on the phone pretty much like every single day, but like the whole time we're just like talking shit to each other. Like, but then there's times to where we have serious conversations. But he texted me yesterday whenever he had it finished, and I told him I was proud of him, and I really mean that.
Yeah.
I want all my people to succeed.
Absolutely, man.
I mean, hopefully this is a good, big step for him. Like I said.
Hopefully he don't forget us for launching his career and not playing.
That's true. I told him earlier today. I was like, "Damn, you already changed."
Nah, but like I said, man, like we support all of our local people, man. I mean, if you have anything, if you're working on some independent stuff, and you're trying to build your stuff, if you like our podcast, you listen to our podcast, man, don't use us just to kind of get a platform. We don't have a platform. This ain't a platform whatsoever. But there are people that listen, and so I mean, if you're a fan of us, we'll be a fan of you 100%. If you friends, we always gonna support you no matter what. But we want that support back as well, man. Like I said, we enjoy doing this. This is great. But if you have things that you're working on, then holla at us, man. See if we can work something out.
Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about it on here. We might not have a lot of listeners right now, but
yeah. No platform at all. We got like a little kiddie diving board or some shit, but no platform. We ain't, this ain't no 20-foot skydive shit. There's no cliff diving. Yeah. But
we'll get there though.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, we got a lot of things planned for the future of this podcast, merch.
Fuck DFW Inc. I'll just say it like that. I'm about to do my own shirt.
Yeah, we about to start pressing up our own things, man. Of course, that's going to come along with a lot of more things. Of course, shout out to,
Panther City
Engraving as well. You can't really see that one. I have some more over there in the other room and shit, but it says Ramblin Mob has a logo on this, man. It's like this little plexiglass, little nice looking coaster, man. They're great work, man. But of course, like I said, we support all of our local guys, man, our family and friends. But before we end this thing, man, let's go ahead. I mean, first of all, I'm going to talk about, we never really talk about it. I'm the only one on here besides the guy that's at Panther City engraving that are hockey fans. Right now, I think it's game 2.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals right now. Of course,
Tampa Bay's in there, right?
Tampa Bay, man, that's the team that I don't want to win. They're actually up. At the end of the second, they're up 2-1 on Montreal. They actually lead the series 1-0. So
I'm about to put money on it.
they're trying to go. They're trying to repeat. They're trying to go back to back on that ass. But we're gonna go right into the NBA playoffs. Games going on right now. It's about 3:16 left in the first half. Phoenix is up by 6, 58-52. Of course, if they win, Clippers are going home.
They're gonna win.
The super team is gone from the playoffs, and that's gonna be a great, great thing. It's gonna feel great. Just brings old school mentality basketball back as far as how to build a team. And
I think it's already back. Seeing that
hopefully it is.
Kawhi isn't.
Yeah. I mean, apparently, from rumors and shit, Clippers, they don't like Kawhi. That's why he don't sit next to him and shit.
Yeah.
But that's what they said. But,
it's
who knows?
Another Spurs
It is.
situation.
And it could be Kawhi. It could be. I mean, maybe he feels like he's better than everybody else in the league, and he don't want to sit next to peasants, or whatever the fucking case is. But real quick, get into it. The game that's going to be tomorrow. Well, speaking of Kawhi, breaking news today as of Wednesday, like about an hour or two ago. Kawhi is going to be out for the rest of the West Finals. If they do advance, he might come back, but that is a big if they do advance. Also, jumping over to the Atlanta Hawks and Bucks series, which is tied 2-2. They play tomorrow. On Thursday, Giannis has no structural damage to his knee. He's actually injured. He injured his knee, but there's no structural damage, so he avoids that. So that could be good, but I don't think there's a timetable right now for his return. But that's going to be something going forward. That could be the end of Bucks, but they still got Middleton. But without Giannis, man, that kind of makes him kind of a little bit one-dimensional. Especially if Trey continues to ball like he's been doing.
That's if he comes back.
Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that. But you will see. We'll see on the East. Of course, I still pick the Suns from the very beginning.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, they're just. I think they're a complete team. Speaking on the Suns, I mean, of course, we're not watching the game right now, so we don't really know what's going on. But Paul has been struggling, or he's been mediocre since he's been back. Well, yeah, but he hasn't been the same really since he came back. But Devin Booker has been putting up below his normal numbers
just a mask.
since he broke his nose. And I'm gonna tell you, it was Beverly who did both, right? He headbutted Devin and the whole growing thing with CP3, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck Beverly.
He's a good defensive player.
He is, absolutely, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it against Luka. You know what I'm saying? That's why they had to take his ass out. That's why he called him, bro. You too young. You too small. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation as well.
Yeah, they ain't even in the playoffs. We ain't even got to talk about it.
Of course, it was the Spurs and shit. But shout out to Jason Kidd for taking the Dallas Mavericks head coaching job. We got fucking the whole 2011 squad back in the front office.
That don't mean nothing.
We got Jet Terry. We got JJ Barea. We got Dirk.
Y'all in the office.
We got Nico Harrison from the Nike. We got Nico Harrison from Nike. He's right there with everybody who's with Nike right now. All the players and shit. So we don't know. We'll see what's going on.
They ain't doing that.
But I don't know. The cap space is kind of their enemy right now. But man, I think that's it, bro. I don't really have much left. Again, I'm glad to be back. It was a hell of an episode today. Like I said, next week is going to kind of be the same. It's going to be just flip, reverse. I'm not going to be able to.
You know what we could do next week?
What's up?
We could do diss tracks.
Ooh, you want to go ahead and do that?
You want to do that now, or you want to wait?
We can do that. That's going to be hard as fuck.
Well, you know what? Jeremy did say that another way that we could do like this whole, instead of doing the top 5, is do it like how, remember that video I sent you that it was the bracket?
Oh yeah,
we could pretty much do that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing with that is, I don't know how to present it on the video.
Yeah,
so
that'll be tough. Hey, if you know how to do it, if you listen to this by the time we, start our shit, man. Hey, if you know how to, break it down and do it like that.
But see, he would say that we could talk about, like, I'm not gonna do a 32 one. So
yeah, that's a lot.
16.
That's a lot. Yeah, I think a 16 of diss tracks would be a lot.
But that we could get it.
Yeah, of course we can.
But so we could narrow it down to 16, and then like I think once a week, like we could talk about the 2 songs that are going head to head.
That'll be awesome. That'll be great. We actually can probably do. We could probably do 2. I think we'll have enough. We should have enough for 2.
Yeah,
1 for sure. But yeah, we can definitely try to do 2. But yeah, that's a great fucking idea. Yeah, we can definitely.
Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll definitely think about that. We'll definitely talk about that. I think it'll be a great ass idea though. I've always wanted to do something like that though, like bracket wise.
Yeah.
Kind of do that. I just didn't know, how much time or exactly how to approach that. But that's really good. I mean, we can take it over a span of so many times, so many days, so many weeks.
Yeah. And
get to it. I think that'll be awesome. But yeah, like I said, man, thank you for joining us, man. Next week we're gonna try to do a top 5, of course, for sports. Of course, we're gonna be talking about hip hop, of course, already. On top of if we decide, I mean, just look at our social media, look at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, do all that.
TikTok.
And just watch our content, man. See what's out there. Give us feedback.
Drop top.
Yeah, and don't be scared of it, bruh. Don't be like my cousin Michael said, man. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of trying to talk about it or interact. And I'm talking about you, Cody. I know you ain't listening, bro. You scared? I need a co-host when Brian goes on fucking vacation, bruh. I need a co-host. I need you by my side, kid. So
I'm gonna call in. Shit.
But hey, either way, man.
Or we'll just do the Zoom.
Yeah, we can do whatever we got. Whatever we got to do, bro. I mean, it's not like we've done it like that before. So, but no, like man, like I said, great show. Thank you for listening. If you tune in every time, give us feedback. Of course, we're always going to take it into consideration.
Yeah. We
still got plenty of things that we're still going to talk about. We're just trying to spread over and get all this content for every week. But yeah, man, holla at us, bro.
Yeah, next week we gonna get it
for sure. We out.
Yeah. Holla.